speaking about it, the high school model. So there are different opportunities for flexing out of classes at the high school level too. So we talk about times for personal flex for individual learners, and they build that into their schedules. At the high school, at both high schools, they do the same type of thing. So there are opportunities for learners to flex out of a class if they know that they've got a concept under their belt and they're ready to go on work individually on it. And so the skills that they're learning here, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade on managing that, whether Endeavor or Discover, they're going to be able to continue with those skills and continue to advance in their learning because of that. So a lot of it is time management. A lot of it is kind of figuring out what do I need as an individual learner and how much independence do I want or do I need at this point in time. I teach both Endeavor and Discover, like Mr. Waller, and it's completely an individual basis on the needs of the learners, and they're challenged in their own ways. Sometimes school is super easy for kids and they don't feel that challenge. This is a new opportunity for a challenge for them. So I think for some of our learners, providing them with this opportunity to create that schedule on their own is great. So what else?
I was going to say something, shoot. Okay, yeah. Yes, we have a process for doing that. We don't want kids just flipping back. We've had kids, after a few weeks, think, oh, this isn't right for me, and then they go to Endeavor, and they're like, ooh, I don't like this either. And then they want to go back. We don't want kids flipping back and forth. So we have a process, and we go through the process to make sure that once we make the switch, it really is what is right for the learner. But short answer, yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to deny that. The reason that is out there is because when we first piloted this model, that's where we started. This was like the advanced way to go, and we quickly realized this isn't for advanced kids. This is for kids that learn this way. And we have super, super smart kids that are challenged and doing way better in Endeavor. And we have struggling kids over here that would learn a lot better with the flexibility. So it's all about the learning style, not just where you are academically. Yeah. Nerd. Okay. Um, yeah, go ahead. Right. So we track what they sign up for. So we make sure they're getting to the sessions and they're not just skipping things they shouldn't be skipping. Also, because we have so much flexibility and it's the same teacher to student ratio, but my seminars are smaller. So in my classroom, you might walk in and you see 3 different things happening. So I'm teaching 20 kids in the seminar over here, but then I have 5 kids over here. They're in a personal flex doing work time, just ignoring everything I'm supposed to be doing. And then I have a couple of kids over here who are in a group flex who have some sort of group project to work on. So because of this, it allows us a lot more flexibility to get to know our learners a little bit better. We also build in conference times. So every single day or almost every single day, kids have a chance to sign up in a conference with me, or I will, if I don't know a kid well enough, I'll lock them in a conference. So we get to know our kids well enough to figure out where they are, right? the other thing I want to emphasize, Discover and Endeavor, we do the same lessons, we do the same assessments, it's the same assignments, everything is literally the same, it's just the structure in which we present it is different. And I want to talk really quick about Empower. The reason we have this learning platform called Empower is because what we were doing with all this personalized learning, it wasn't really working in this system that we had, where we would just put numbers into the computer and then it just spits out a grade, and that's just, that B sums up what your kid is. It doesn't really communicate everything in their learning. So we went to this learning platform called Empower, which is really a one-stop shop. So all resources, all assignments, all assessments are on this one spot for the kid, along with all of the grades and all the feedback they get. It also allows us to align everything to a learning target. So we can be really clear with students, not only what they're doing, but why they're doing it. If I have this learning target about the Civil War or evaluating the effectiveness of decisions made by Abraham Lincoln, I have these maybe 6 things that go along with it, but I'm not just randomly giving them 6 assignments. They go through the learning target to get there. So if they're struggling with their learning target, they see, okay, we did this activity, there's this extra resource. So Empower allows us to align everything to the learning targets. It also allows some pacing. So because of all this personalized learning we're doing, some kids are ready to move on, or some kids need to go back and get that extra support. In Empower, we can put everything into what we call playlists, so kids can go sequentially through what they need to do, and they're not just relying on what my lesson plan is for the day. It's all out there for them. And then lastly, it gives us a place for feedback. It's not just, you hand in an assignment, you got a C, and then we're done, or you get an A, and we're done. We weren't really communicating what we needed to communicate with kids. So we really emphasize feedback. So when you turn something in, I'm going to tell you, okay, you're ready to move on, let's move. Or I'm going to say, okay, this is good, but I need you to, adjust this a little bit, and then we're going to move on. So Empower, we're not just spitting out letters or scores for kids. We're like communicating with them digitally so that they're feeling supported that way. I'm out.
Great, this is a hard act to follow. So, all right, if you want to see Mr. Waller rap, you should plan to come back to our CS Live, okay? He won't actually be rapping, but I know that this Discover Endeavor thing is really kind of hard to conceptualize. So we have 2 opportunities for parents, and it's been sent out. If you still want to come, there's still spots. It's basically an opportunity next Monday and Wednesday morning. It will take about 75 minutes, and we will go over more of this in detail. And then you have the opportunity to visit Endeavor classrooms and Discover classrooms and the Discover morning meetings. So when he showed you that schedule of those 3 classes with all those colors and all that good stuff, you will see kids actually thinking through how they're going to schedule their day, okay? It is really, really helpful to see that piece of it. Most parents, when they come to that, they can say, yep, I think my child could do that or is ready for that, or you know what, I think we're going to wait on it. The other thing that I wanted to add, with the addition of WIN, the What I Need time, all students experience WIN. So what we're finding that as students move through 6th grade, they become a lot better at selecting sessions and things that they need. So regardless if your child is in Discover or Endeavor, they still have that opportunity to schedule those sessions. So signing up for CS Live it's been emailed. There's a link. If you want to stop after the meeting, I can get people signed up too. So it's at East, again, 75 minutes. All right, last thing about Discover and Endeavor is how do we find the right fit? And we really find the right fits with all of you guys. So this is a partnership. Tomorrow, Laura Clemens, our secretary, will be sending out a learner profile. It's about an 8-question profile, and we ask that parents fill it out. You are welcome to fill it out with your child. A lot of times that helps to have them sit next to you. It's just some different information about how they learn and how they approach different tasks at home. On the end of that form is a question. You can put in there that it is definitely, you know that they are definitely Endeavor, definitely Discover, you're leaning towards one or the other, you're unsure at this point, or you can tell us that, hey, I need more information, and then somebody will get in touch with you, okay? So that's the first thing. Our team at CMSE reviews that learner profile data. We also meet with elementary school teachers, so our 5th grade teachers are phenomenal. I know that conferences are coming up at both Jonathan and Victoria, and I know from talking to 5th grade teachers, this is a big conversation piece at conferences. So feel free to talk to your 5th grade homeroom teacher. They all understand both models. They've been here to visit. They are a wealth of
resource for you and your child. We review elementary school data. We will review all of that, and then what happens is at the end of the summer, or end of the school year, about mid-June, we will send a recommendation to all families using all of that information we reviewed. If you agree with that recommendation, which is coming from your learner profile responses, that is how we will schedule your child in Discover or Endeavor in the fall, okay? If at that point you have changed your mind, or you want to talk more about it, or you have more questions, feel free to let us know. We ask, though, just for staffing and numbers and sectioning and all that, that those changes are made by the end of June. Because all of a sudden, come August, when people are coming for orientation, if we have 30 families that decide to switch one way or another, that gets really, really hard. So in the next coming weeks after conferences, if you want to learn more about it and you can't make it to see us live, feel free to email, feel free to call. We're more than happy to help people understand it more. Other questions? All right.